Hello, what's up guys? I'm excited to share another interesting tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to add Google Maps and Google Places in iOS project using CocoaPods. I will go through from the start by generating API key to Google Console and using that key to get the Google Places using Autocomplete API. The SDK automatically handle access to the Google Map servers, map displays, and responses and user gestures such as clicks and drags. Okay, this is the installation guide for Google Places SDK. Uh, you can see here is the Places SDK for iOS. It is basically the complete guide of installing the iOS SDK. I will go through these steps and install the Places SDK and generate the API key, and then I will use the API key inside the project. Okay, enabling billing is also an important in this project. So if you not enable billing, Places with SDK will not going to be work. So there are two methods basically to install this library inside your project. Number one, you can see the manual method, and in manual method you need to download these folders and add manually and drag manually inside your project. I will prefer this use CocoaPods method. It is very effective and it will add easily the library inside your project. Now I am adding the CocoaPod inside my project. I will find the directory of my project. Okay, now I am going to the path of my project. Basically in the first step I will install CocoaPods in my project, and this way I will create the pod file, and after creating the pod file I will add the specific lines for Google Maps. Okay, now this is the path of my directory. I will drag to get the exact path. Now I will go to the folder of my project. This is the right directory for my path, and now I'll ls to list the files inside my folder. Okay, now I'm in the right directory. I will pod init to install the pod file. Now you can see that below is the pod file is created, and now I will open this pod file and change the lines of Google Maps and Google Places lines that shown here in this documentation. Now I'll add these pod lines inside my pod file. Here is my pod file. I will cut this and paste that for Google Places and Google Maps line in my pod file. Now I will this is the I will already in this folder, so you can see here is I'm in the right directory. Now I will pod install. ppwd is also the command to check the path of your directory. Now I will pod install this command. Okay, this command will install those two libraries inside my project using CocoaPods. Now you can see here it is installing Google Maps 3.2.0 version. In the meantime, I will generate the API key. So I will find the method of generating API key in the Google documentation. Okay, now here is a complete method to visit the Google console. I will right click and open it. Internet connection is slow today. Okay, now click the project drop down and select create the project for which you want to add an API key. Click this menu, API and services credentials. Okay, now I will do all these steps to generate an API key that I will use in my project. Okay. here is my Google console, and I will add this new project for this demo project. Okay, I will add a GitHub link also in the description, so you can check my complete project from my GitHub profile. I will upload this complete project on my GitHub profile I created on Google profile. Google console, I created a project for this, and now you can see that enabled APIs, the map SDK is enabled. Now I will go to the APIs, select the project. Okay, I will select the project that I will create it, and after that I will enable the Places API on this project. Okay, go to the dashboard and load, and here you can see the list of APIs that are enabled on my project. Enable this API. Okay, now I will search the Places API, and I will add or enable the Places API on this project, and here you can see that the Places API. I will select this, and here you can see that enable button. I will enable it. Now this API is enabled on my Google console project. Now I will use these API services inside my project using the API key that I will copy. I will show you. Okay, now you can see that this Places API is enabled on my project. Now I will go, you can check the quotas here, that how request more quota limits for you can enable, you need to enable the billing or pricing details. You can check the pricings of this Places API. Now I'm going to search for API key. Now you can see that these two APIs are enabled, that is Map SDK for iOS and Places API. These APIs I will use in my iOS project. Now I'm going to find the API key, go to the credentials, and now here you can see this is the API key of the project. I will copy this API key. Now the SDKs are installed, maps and places are added in my project. Now I will open the workspace project. Now here you can see that I need to add this workspace, because after installing pods I need to use this project. Now I will close this previous project and open this workspace project. This workspace project contains the map SDK and places SDK. Here you can see that the pod file contains these two lines that we previously added. Now in my project the libraries are added. Now I will use those libraries. I will import in the app delegate Google Maps and Google Places. Google Maps import. Now I will import Places also. Import Google Places. Now I will put these lines GMS services and GMS Places client, and I'll put the API key that I will generated previously here, and make sure that this key is secret, not share this key with others. So if you share this key with others and other will use it, and your quota will expire too frequently. Now I'll copy my key correctly in these methods of places and maps. Paste. Now I will open my storyboard and I will add a new view controller screen. Side by side, these are the two controllers, and I will add button on my first screen, and I will change the name of my button to go to maps, and now I will add the constraint for the button from top, and now I will center it horizontally inside the container. Now my button will be in the center, and if I click it, now I will push my controller to my second controller. Now I will add a navigation in my app. This will create a clean navigation for my app. You can see that navigation bar is also added, and his back button is showing on the navigation bar automatically. Now I will add the title of my navigation bar to Google Maps screen. Now I'm gonna add the view class, view control from the library inspector. I will drag to fit to the complete screen, and now I will add the constraints to 0 0 left right top bottom. Add, so it will. Now I will add the class of Google Maps to this view. I will assign basically the Google class to this view. Class name is this, and yes, that is GMS map view. That is the extension of my main view. And now I will optimize. My system is hanging a little bit. Now I'm gonna creating a new view controller. That is my second screen of Google Maps. I will name it Map VC. That is Swift class, so I will change the language drop down. That is the language Swift. Next, in my folder, now this is my map VC. Now I will assign it map VC. Now I will do my coding in this map.pc class. Go to assistant editor. It will show you side by side the code class of the graphical view class. Now I will name it map view. That IB outlet is created for my view. You can see the GSM map view class. Now it will giving me error, so I need to import the Google framework here. Now I can use Google methods inside this class. Now in my new view didLoad method, I will add map view settings. That is the initial settings that I wanted when my map view is loaded in the screen. I wanted compass button is true, so the little compass button will be showed on my Google Maps, and other settings are my location button. My location button will be true. Okay, I think these are the methods. My location enabled is true. I will remove this line because I will already added this. I'll put this comment above. Now here you can see that user locations, I will enable it. Whenever my map loads, these are my initial settings for my Google Map. And now I'm gonna use this method. If you want to see what this method does, you need to go to my previous tutorial. I will put the link of my previous tutorial in the description. That is the part 1 of this tutorial. Now I am using this method of CL location manager to get the current location. Now I will run my app in the simulator. Let's see what will happen. In previous tutorial, I basically done to fetch the current location of the user using Apple native services, that is CL core location, and now I am using Google Maps to get the locations using Google Map SDK. Now my app is running on the simulator. Let's see if Google Map is loaded on the screen. This is the permission pop-up. Now I go to Google Maps, or first you need to enable the locations in the simulator. Now here you can see that the current location is fetched. Now I will go to Google Maps screen. Now here is my Google Maps are loaded in the screen. Now you can see the logs here. I think I did something wrong here. Let me check and run again. Okay. Now my simulator is loaded and I click the go to maps button. Now you can see that the maps are loaded. My current location is London. Please subscribe my channel so that I will upload more videos. Now here you can see that is my current location, London. Basically I selected here London, so you need to enable the locations in the simulator to track your current location. Now maps are loaded, everything is fine. Now I am doing another thing. I am going to add Textbox for the Places API. Now I am going through the Places API, so you can see the controllers. Now I am placing a text field on my Google Maps screen. I placed a text field and I will add the constraints. 10 from top, leading and trailing 10. I'll hardcode the height to 40. Now I will add the placeholder text for the text field to location and center it so that user can see that this text field is visible on my Google Maps. Now I add the button on to the text field. I can also do this by text field did begin method. Did begin. These are the methods of text field, but I am doing it with the button and leading, trailing, top and bottom constraints for the button to be fully subscribe my channel, please. That will motivate me to do these type of tutorials in the future. Now I am creating an IB outlet of the button, location tab, choose the action. This is the IB action, sorry, and of the button tab action. And now I am creating a method that go to places. Is the method of that, and the button is taped. Go to places method is called. Now I will show you a link tutorial that I am following. That is a very good tutorial. I will put this link in the description so that you guys can see. This is the iOS GooglePlaces autocomplete API that will guide you through complete. Okay, now I already installed the pods and I've already done this with the provided API key. Now I am doing this part, and now I am looking for this code that is initiating the Google autocomplete controller. That this code will initiate the Google autocomplete controller to be launched on my app. Now I will create the text search field, the outlet text field .design first responder, and now GSM autocontroller. I will import the places to my class. Can use the method of autocomplete controller, the autocomplete controller, and now you can see that the delegate method needs to be added for the autocomplete controller. Now I will copy it, the delegate, and I will create a separate extension to make the code clear and visible for users. Now here is the autocomplete delegate methods. Now to confirm this protocol need the stub methods. I'll fix then automatically my Xcode put the stub methods. Now I already written the didComplete code. I will copy it here to save the time. Now in this section I'm basically putting a marker and I'm fetching the error if it occurs in a didFail delegate method. I will leave blank for this method right now. Okay. Now this method is called successfully when the successfully app fetches the location or place, and then I will create a GSM marker inside this code, and I will point out the location on the map in this section. I will created this for myself. Unfortunately, this tutorial guy will not done this. I done myself for this code. Now, okay. Now here you can see that I will clear the map, and I will add the place name to my text search field that I previously added here. Now place name I will extract it here, and now I will add the coordinate CL location coordinate 2D, which will get extracted me the coordinates latitude and longitude. So here is the longitude, and now I am creating a GSM marker object of Google Maps API. Now I will add a position on the map that I will fetch from there. Now I get the title location and marker.snippet the place name. Now below I have I created the image, and now I set the custom image for marker. This image is being my assets. Here you can see that this image is put here. Now this complete code, basically I just extracted the place name, latitude and longitude values, and created a custom picker object, and then pin point on the Google Maps. That's it. Okay, now this is giving me an error, or I need to add some code here. Okay, I will run it. In the simulator, this is basically a zoom setting. I will add it. Now you can see that I will click the Google Maps loaded with my current location, set it to London. Now I can change this location from here to South Africa to show you that this is working. Current location is tab. Now this is the location inside South Africa. If I will zoom out, and this, then you can see that Johannesburg is in the South Africa. Change the location to London. Now I'm back and go to maps again. Now here you can see that my location is London. Okay, so what I will gonna show you is that was the application. Now okay, now I will put these fields inside the map view. That is why the fields are not showing. That is wrong. I will need to these fields in outside of the map view. So I will create the constraint again. Basically this controls not to be inside the map view onto this map view. That is why the fields are not showing. Now I am putting these things above the map view. Let me correct it. Now map view is below. Now I am giving the constraint to the button to be the same constraints like the text field. these constraints are added, and now I will put this above this view above these controls. Now here you can see that the text field is visible. Now run again. Text field is onto the map view, basically not inside the map view. Now I will check once again. Go to the maps. Now here you can see that the field is visible of location, current location. Now I click this to check that my Places API is working. Now this is the autocomplete controller of the Places API. I will type location here, North Karachi, or here you can see that Places API is fetching these things. Or alright, app is crashed. The image is not finding. Let me change it to the correct image. Alright, I can change this image name because a image name in the code is not correct. I'll delete this and now pause and check everything is fine. Alright, everything is fine. Now I will type location store. This thing is fine. Run it. Okay. Now check if the pin is working fine. The selected place will be pinpointed on the map. Open the Places API. Now search for the location or place. Type in something, some place. Alright. Type in. Now I pinpointed this location on the map. Here you can see the changes text. Here you can see in this method I done the whole thing. Basically this is the method when you successfully selected the place. This method will be called and all the work need to be done inside here. So I'll done these things here. Marker created, this is the marker. This is the image custom of the marker. Now I added this in the map view. In this you can see that map view camera position is adjusted against the latitude and longitude value with the zoom 15 value. Here you can see. Okay, now I will select once again another location which is here in Karachi. Alright, now here you can see that this location is the marker is working very fine. If I select the London Trafalgar Square, let's see if this correctly is pinpointed on the map. Select it. Now here as you can see that my current location is near, and you can see that Trafalgar Square is here and my pinpoint is correctly placed there in the Trafalgar Square area. Here you can see that things are working nicely. My marker is created on the Trafalgar Square. Now that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys like it. Leave a comment for inquiry.